Eze. Obimezurike, I'm not comfortable. Eh? Look at the kind of wealth you came back with. Can you imagine? See money. You call it
dollars. $100.
$100. Eze. Because the day you were leaving this family, you told us you're going to see your friend that based in
JARKATA.
You say JARKATA.
It's correct.
That based in JARKATA, that stays in Lagos. You said you want to meet him to know how he can assist you. How come you return with sudden wealth? Not even up to 3 months that you left this house. Where did you get this kind of money from? And I can't go off here. What is going on? Boy, Eze.
Mama, it is a long story. Mami welanya give me femfulo. Ibulu Bible. But let me clear the air. Jerry and I were very close friends back then in school. He already purchased the Indonesia visa for me, although he wanted it to be a surprise while getting to the city. On getting to Jakarta, I met this billionaire woman who I luckily saved her life from the hands of kidnappers.
Kidnappers?
So in return, she decided to make me wealthy as appreciation to what I did for her.
As my son, although your story may sound so unreal, but I and my family, we are not going to doubt you. Because if we do, I wonder what the people out there will believe. So as my son, and I am your father, I am going to shade you. But if I shade you, what will the community out there say about this sudden wealth? They will accuse you that the money is evil. This is evil gotten money. Everybody will begin to wonder about your massive wealth. What is your defense? What do you think?
Papa, forget about them. Forget about them. Listen. Your enemy remains your enemy. And most likely will not patronize you, even if you say long life and prosperity. You can never please your enemy. Once I'm able to make my family comfortable, I'm okay. I don't care what people say. I don't care their opinions. And as for those who wish I succeed, surely must benefit from this wealth.
Papa, I think my brother is right. We shouldn't consider what people's opinion are concerning his success. He was fortunate. All that matters the most is there is money now to shame our enemies one after the other in this village.
My daughter, I think you are right.
I'm right.
You are indeed my son.
He's indeed your son and I. As for you, Eze, no problem. You have said your mind. As for you, Eze, let me just pretend as if I believe what you just said. Till you are ready to tell us the source of your sudden wealth. Yes, though I know it's not of evil because I trust my son. But anytime you're ready, you can come and tell me. You can come and tell me. I'm your mother. You know, go.
It is a long story. Me welanya give you femfulo. Ibulu Bible.
I made a genuine suggestion
objection earlier. What did I get? Brother, you said you cannot trade your comfort today for a better tomorrow. Now, where has it gotten us into? Where has it gotten us to? A possible embarrassment. The need is very clear in this community. Every mouth is saying it. Eze married in Jakarta, in matter of months. Once he made money in Jakarta. Have you listened to me and left this village for the city? You may luckily have found yourself in Jakarta. And now you'll be spending Jakarta money, Indonesian money, and be called Indonesian millionaire.
In as much as I don't want to face this possible embarrassment from Mazin Doka's family, I still don't buy the idea of a brother spending a single minute under the bridge or in the office.
If that is the solution to this whole nonsense, I am in support of it.
Finished.
I cannot take Ugodia's insult anymore.
Hey. Jikana. Eh? Is this Dike? Hi. This situation is not palatable at all. Giving my son the thing I promised him is now a mirage. How do I face this shame? What do I tell our ancestors when I get there? Oh, that Ndoka's family made it before my own family. Is that what I will tell them? And not just that. The worst thing that could happen to me is to die without seeing any member of my family making it.
I must beg this money.
It's up to me to save this family.
I must beg this money.
Mpa, iwela anya gị fife mfulu. Ibolo Bible. Now that I have made billions, now that I have limitless wealth in my possession, I don't think there is other time better than now to prove to Dike's family that we are superior to them.
You have spoken my mind, my son. Where are we going to start from? This is the best moment.
The last time I left their compound, though that was a very long time, I can vividly remember that I left them with a word. I told them that on my next return to their cursed soil, they all shall bow to me. Akunebiokwu 1:1. Makani welanya gefe fem folompa. Ibolo Bible.
My son, your faith has come to fulfillment because they have limited option and they can't even resist ordinary 100,000 naira. Yes, they will also bow just to claim the offer.
Papa, I have asked this same question once or twice earlier. I always got the same response. And I'm going to ask again for the last time, hoping to get a better response. Papa, please tell us what brought about this hatred between our family and their family for decades. Are you going to tell us it's not yet time? Because that is exactly what you have been saying. Papa, please.
My daughter, I don't think there shall be a better moment than now that my son has made it. This is the story.
So, years later, Ono started having problems at his maternal place. They denied him of all his rights and privileges due to him, and they never failed to remind him and his two sons, Obase and Ononko, a child that he named after his own name, that they do not have access to any land without permission, nor will they participate or contest in any political position. Ono became a stranger in his maternal place and ran to his brother Imoko, who accommodated him and allocated a place for him and his two sons, who are now married. And that is the beginning of the 9 kindreds that we have in this community today. Am I communicating? Now, years later, Imoko and his brother died, leaving 9 sons behind. But before then, this community was popularly known as Imoko Kingdom. That was how the story started. Brother Jamanzi, Papa is calling you.
For what?
He was telling us a story and wants you to be around.
I'm not interested.
The next 3 generations of Imoko Kingdom was operating under the leadership of Izuogu, and they are answerable to the king of our Izuogu. It was time to go for independence, which will make the people of Imoko to become a sovereign state and produce their first king that must come from Okorobi's lineage. When the independent movement was initiated, the people of Izuogu and that of Omunkwo, of which Dike is from Omunkwo lineage, while we are from Izuogu lineage, it was time to sign the document, of which there was something written at the apex, Imoko Autonomous Community. Now there was a gap in between where we're supposed to have Imoko and Autonomous. It was time for us to sign the second slot after Okorobi's kindred are sent at the first slot before being submitted. This was a climax of Umu Onokwo and Umu Idumogo rivalry, which Dike's family and our own family happens to be the powerhouse.
That is the story.
My great-grandfather, who started the book for the autonomy of Imoko Kingdom, had signed a document to that effect and passed it on to Nduka's great-great-grandfather to sign. He signed though, but instead of passing it and giving it back to the people who gave it to him that way, he decided to make judicious use of a small space between Imoko and autonomous. In that small space, he added Nono, making it Imoko Nono autonomous community. The 7 sons of Imoko were furious and kicked against it. But instead of the problem being solved from there, it generated more problems. They used their financial power to influence our kingdom decision. Yes. So, all effort to make them delete their name from the document proved abortive, and so there was nothing we could do than to jettison the quest for autonomy. The reason we've not gained autonomy till today. You know the one that makes me mad when I remember it most. If we had succeeded, our family would have been the royal family that would be ruling this kingdom till date. Because Okorobi, the first son of Imoko, bequeathed his entire birthright to his beloved brother and the third son of his father, Idimo, whom he believed had the charisma and clout to rule the people. My great-great-grandfather had frontal confrontation with his. And in that confrontation, they promised each other that their offsprings, their descendants, will be more successful and progressive. Since then, their rivalry has no known limit, and it will continue till justice is done.
Wait, Papa. We were the ingrates. Ipoku welcomed Unu despite his resistance to go on for location with him. I don't think Nu should be welcome in this community.
You are right. But Onu has two kindred and must be recognized. You don't expect his family name to go down the soil. Huh?
Not now, I, Eze. Akunebioku, one, have acquired money. Soon, we will be the head. And it will become Umuanu Nimoko Autonomous Community.
Eze, for me, autonomy isn't our first priority for now. For the fact that you are progressive is very, very impressive to start with. What we should bother ourselves is this: that they do not succeed at all. That should be our first agenda.
You are saying in essence that we succeeding is important, and them not succeeding is more important.
Very, very important. Exactly. You are indeed the true son of your father.
Then consider it done.
That is my son.
Instead, I will lock them up in jail and allow them die in pain. With that, we will be leading them. And as well, we've succeeded in wiping off their lineage. Makanafa welanya fa fi femful. Ebele Bible.
Mama ha go Bible.
Akune ti woku. One.
Ofon poro JARKATA.
The river never runs on the hill.
Nonso. Nonso.
Chimwe.
Indonesia. JARKATA.
City. James, you don't have money. Neither do you know anybody in the city. How do you intend to survive?
Oh, Papa, don't worry about me. I'm a man. I will make it. I will survive. If Eze can go and make it, I'm able to do double of whatever Eze is able to do. See you when I come back with my cars and my bodyguards. But I will make it.